Welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Motor Racing Team. We are competing in motorsport as a fun experience, and we're kind of unique because most of our sponsorship comes through crowdfunding from lovely people like you, so thank you very much. Right, it's Wednesday, so it's time for our midweek update video. This one is from the archives. However, if you'd like to stay bang up to date and help support our little team, please consider becoming a YouTube member or a patron. So, run VT!
This clip is especially for you. Errol, run VT!
Welcome to another midweek update. These videos are for teammates, patrons, sponsors and YouTube members. Your support, as always, is hugely appreciated. Thank you very much. When am I recording this? Bang on 9:15 on a Sunday evening. Yes, bang on target. What have we been up to this week? Saturday, Catherine and myself went and marshalled at the Bovington stages. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great fun and so nice to support another club and another event. We were posted at one of the junctions, which is also a merge, and it was quite exciting. There was quite a few crashes that kind of put cars out of the event, which is an absolute shame. But it was very interesting standing on that corner, seeing all the different ways that cars would come into the junction and approach the merge. It was also really cool to see friends in action, such as Tim from Jersey in his Mark II Escort and Simon from the Isle of Wight in his white Talbot. Both of them did really well, and genuinely it was nice to see them going full chat. I'd like to welcome two brand new virtual members to the Gentleman's Motor Racing Team. The first one is Kelvin. Kelvin, I am chuffed to bits that you are now a virtual member of the team. It's brilliant. Thank you very much. And the other one is Caden. Caden, thank you so much. Becoming a virtual member of the team really helps us out financially. It helps pay for mine, Catherine's and my dad's motorsport licenses and memberships and things like that. So again, thank you so much. And I hope you're both going to enjoy the extra content that you get, obviously, from the midweek update and all the other stuff that I kind of like to share. Right, should we crack on with Dad's Binny Cooper S? Yes, I actually completed quite a bit on the car this week, mainly the wiring. The wiring is not done because there's still quite a few things that I need to add that have sensors or plugs in them, but the main bit is done. So such as the starter motor, which was really awkward to get to, and the ECU is now in place. So they've got their big plugs in it and everything else, and that's all part of the airbox. So slowly that's all coming together. To give you a bit of motivation, the Bovington stages was also a round of the Mini Rally Cup, and there were loads of BMW Minis there from the normal Mini Coopers and quite a few R53s, which sounded amazing. You could just hear them coming, hearing that supercharger whine, and that has genuinely inspired me to try and get Dad's Mini done sooner rather than later, so we can go sprinting and hill climbing. The Rally Mini. Okay, as planned for the summer refit, I have completely ripped out the entire fuel system at the boot of our Rally Mini. So, let's run VT.
This clip is especially for you. Errol, run VT!
Right, there we go, look. Fuel tank, swell pot pump, an array of hoses and AN fittings. Obviously, this is the strap that held it to the boot. That's the bracket that I held the DeWalt gun for the wheel nuts, the jack and the jack bracket, back plate with the filter, pre-filter, main fuel pump, bracket for holding the spare fuel can, and there's the old extra lube bracket. Oh yeah, and there's the There's the toe. Yeah, an awful lot of stuff. And to be honest, this hasn't been out since the build. So obviously it was full of dirt and crap. I've just given it a wipe. I mean, when we did the island stages, the gravel one, wow, the interior was just full of crap and dirt. And obviously so was this, because I never took the fuel tank out. So yeah, so these are all brackets here, the cradle effectively. This has stopped the tank from going side to side. Obviously that's forward and backwards, and it had the brackets over the top. These captive brackets, I'm really pleased I made those, because it's really helped when I was modifying and adding and moving things. I'm thinking I might be able to keep these for putting the spare wheel on. I might be able to use it to make some bracket. These will have to go, unfortunately. And these massive turrets, look. Absolutely bomb proof. I can't remember how thick that steel is, but when it was running coil springs, when it was a rallycross mini, this was taking all the load. I could cut them out and put standard thingies back in, but wow, what a palaver that's going to be. Why did I pot rivet it in? Because I thought it would look cool. Might as well do the other side really while I'm at it, didn't I? Might as well. Okay, offside. Right, I think I need to go in the attic and get a fuel tank, don't I? I completely forgot that I've got to cut this out first, haven't I? All that hard work undone, but it's progress. Of course, remember making them? I was quite proud of them. Making that. Never know, might be able to use it for something else. Okay, let's go handheld and show you what's going on. Oh dear. This is the stage that we're at. So yeah, it's all gone. And I'm in the process of ripping out these brackets here. That's all, all that stuff. I'm gonna weigh it at the end, because I know when I was building it, everyone was saying, Kev, the metal you're putting in is ridiculous. Yeah, so it's these massive, great big turrets used for when it had coil springs. This is just too far. My theory was I could keep them, put the fuel tank in, so it's about here, and then of course then the fuel neck would be, I don't know, about here, and then I could do recess this bit so the fuel tank is recessed inside the body, so it meets all the regs, modern regs, and also give it, believe it or not, give it an actual retro works look. Thank you very much to everyone, including Dave Goodwin. He just sent me a photo of the works department, and not only did Paddy Hopkirk do it to his special mini, it looks like another mini had that done as well. But this is the issue. There you go. So if I move the fuel tank back so it's not, it's got a centimetre gap between there and the inner turret, this is how I visualised it. I knew there would be a gap there, and hopefully there'll be enough room in there to put a spare wheel, although looking at it, maybe not. But look where the filler neck is now, which means I would have to recess it here. I'd have to fill that in there and recess it here. And I don't know. I really don't like the idea of that, because that's going to go into this swage here, which is obviously not far off where the parcel shelf is, which has to be sealed, in that compartment. Yeah, so not as simple. I mean, then I could go down the route of cutting off the neck and repositioning it, but this is what I was trying to avoid, was cutting up that tank. I don't want to notch it in there, because again, I'm reducing the size of the tank. But what I do have, and I bought these in preparation, are the repair panels. So this is what it's supposed to look like, basically like that. But there. So as you can see, it comes in quite a bit, not masses, but enough, because obviously, when this is in the right position, it's the correct panel, it's all going to line up. So unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to get really serious and cut the entire turret out and replace it with those, unless you can think of another viable option. I did think maybe I could make custom aluminium tanks, you know, that look similar. But wow, would I be going down a rabbit hole with that. And of course, all the cutting and grinding that I've been doing it in small installments for two reasons. One, I don't want to upset the neighbours because, you know, I'll basically do it. I'll get home from work and I'll do, quick half an hour before we go off and do whatever. So I can't do it late and I can't do it early in the morning. And the other thing is I don't want to create too much muck and dust in here because this is primarily where I don't want to do that sort of work. You know, I'm engine building, for goodness sake. So I'm covering everything up while I'm doing it, and I'm also doing it in small installments and sort of hoovering away. But I think before I go crazy on it, I'm gonna obviously have to take the back wheels off, put them on seal stands, and I'm gonna shield off that half of the car. So it's like a little cocoon. Anyway, your advice as virtual teammates, come on. Give me some advice. What do you think I should be doing? Motor mornings.
Into the boat. Into the tunnel. Get to the chopper.
Talking about motor mornings, I am in the process of now fitting the crankshaft in. I've put the new shells in. I've used the plastic gauge and squished it to measure the oil gap between the main caps and the journals of the crankshaft in inches. Look. All I can find is a sort of nominal clearance, so much thousandths of an inch per inch of journal. But I'd like to know from you engine building guys out there, come on, how much oil clearance should I be having on the crank of my classic Mini? Alfie update. Again, I haven't seen Alfie this week, so I messaged Andy, who is Alfie's owner. I said, is he all right? He said, yeah, he reckons he's getting bullied by some of the local cats. There's an awful lot of local cats around here, Charlie and Merlin, for starters. But they said, yeah, he's obviously getting in a bit of a tussle. One evening he came home and he had a cut on his paw. Another night he came home and he had a scratch on his nose, so he's spending a lot more time at home than out and about, which is completely the opposite of what he was like when he was younger. Before, he didn't want to stay at home because it was too hectic, so he'd used to come in here, chill out with me, which was really nice. But now it's kind of like the opposite way. Coming out is a little bit more hectic, so he's spending more time at home. I don't mind, poor little bugger. As long as he's safe, that's all that matters, and maybe we'll see him later on in the year. Right, that's it. Thank you very much. I'm expecting it to be a long one, especially with that extra bit of video. Sorry about that, but thank you very much for everybody's support. Really do appreciate it. The videos that are out, I made a special video for our mates at White Motorsport of our Island Stages rally, so it's more about them than us, and I'll leave a link to it here. And if I pulled my finger out and actually made a gentleman's motor racing video of that event, which is obviously more about us, I'll leave a link to it here. Right, ta-ta for now. Here's my horse. Cheers, mate.